In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Yo, what's happening? It's Thursday evening. It's another episode of Blurred's Eye View. Thank you for tuning in. I am your man on the wall, the kid from up north, the Papa Bear, the Blurred World, Chris Fury. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We got a great show coming up. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to get off our chest, I guess you could say. We got a guest coming in pretty shortly. You don't want to miss this one. If you are tuning in, if this is your first time, thank you for tuning in. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. Give us a follow on IG as well, Blurred's Eye View. And you can also check us out anywhere you listen to your podcast, including Opulence Radio. Shout out to Amron Burnett. We are the leading charge in Blurred Out Thursday, as well as Man Cave Monday. We also are on there as well. And shout out to all the other great podcasters that's on that network. It's big things happening for over there. So shout out to Amron and the team that's doing their big moves over there. Tune in for that. Completely new. Also, you can check us out on television. So you know how? Go to Always Press Record TV. Always Press Record APR TV on Roku or Amazon Fire, because you can watch us in your bedroom and watch us in your living room and in your kitchen, and according to the owner, in the bathroom when you're shaving your head. I hope. Anyway, let's get this party started. We got our lady of the group, lady of the camp, the lady of the ship, Lady Mandalore. What's going on?
Hey, man. Good evening. Yes, that too.
I know the feeling. We are here. I know it. I don't. Oh my God! Oh, that's family right there. What's going on, G Black, who is also the purveyor and creator of Blurred's Eye View intro music. Thank you. The man is doing great things. So shout out to my man out there, Deontay Brooks. What's going on? What's happening? Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Decided to wake up and not be able to turn my head to whatever that direction is. Yeah.
Oh gosh, you got a crooked one. Oh, yeah, happy another day on the. You're right. What's going on, Chloe? We also have Black Spartan in the building. What's going on? Every this time we don't even have this.
Sorry,
I was expecting
that. The best. I can't laugh too hard.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you're not feeling good.
That's fine.
We power through because my eyes are burning. Because I was just like, sleep. What is that?
What is it? That sounds so beautiful. Sounds so wondrous. Let me know how it is.
No power nap for you, my guy.
Right on caffeine and hope. That's what I'm doing. Caffeine and hope.
But you know what? Every time we do the show, it always live. It gets us going and gets the juices flowing. Pause. And just has lots of fun with it. We got our resident horror writer, Geek by Heart, what's going on, lady?
Yay!
How y'all be? How y'all be?
When I say I did my impromptu appearance on a Roomful of Blurs this past Sunday, Lainey was holding her Lynx or her Twilight Sword. I think was it Twilight Sword, right?
It is the Master Sword.
Yeah, the Master Sword. Yeah,
It is the Master Sword.
The
And I was holding it just like
entire
this.
the entire time we thought she was talking to a mic. I swear to God.
I wish I was. I wish I was.
I
But you know
kept
what? Now I'm
thinking
going
space
to look for
separated.
that.
I was just like, what kind of mic is that?
Well, that's going up as a short as soon as I figure out where it is.
Okay.
Oh my
The next
God.
thing I'm gonna get is the shield.
Yeah, see. So how's it going, Geek Bar? How's it going, Lainey? Everybody got the same
Tired, but I
thing.
cannot
It's Thursday. Everybody said the same thing. It's Thursday.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You don't know today.
Tired, but I cannot complain.
I don't know. What about Black Spartan? You got Obi. So, he's looking at him now. He's just like,
Right?
Obi's
He's
up
asleep. He's asleep. Start the clock.
Listen.
He's asleep.
We power through these, but and there's been a couple things happening. I know the new Mortal Kombat trailer just dropped, and what's going on here? Oh yeah, the new Mortal Kombat trailer just dropped. It looks good. I mean, the graphics look good. The engine looks pretty good. Definitely the fatalities.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna need them step on more fatalities.
More fatalities.
I need more originality at this point. You know, and not to take away from Lainey's bread and butter of horror cinema, for her expertise in all things horror and cinema.
It's so silly, but I appreciate you.
Really is the expertise in this crew for that.
But it's like you know, decapitation. We've seen that. I feel like a judge on American Idol. I've seen decapitation before, but what's the originality?
The whole time he's sitting like this. It's not doing it for me.
It's not giving.
Dismemberment was so 2002. Certainly, you can come up with something better.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. However, the Zelda game is in Jedi Survivor seems to be.
It's what the people want.
Yeah, it's the talk of the town. That gameplay looks amazing on both of them. I'm just saying.
They messed up when they gave us creation abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. They really messed up.
Okay.
I started building stuff I had no business building.
Between that and now having 3 tiers, not just you're on land. Now you have caves. You have huge cave systems and the sky. Oh my God.
Someone actually
4
said,
hours of nothing.
Yeah, so someone said that Hyrule looks like France at this point. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I don't knock it.
I really could have sworn that this was some Zelda is a medieval game in my head. Like I just was like extra or something like that, but it just it's giving Europe.
You're just like
very much so. It's
very European. You feel like wearing a scarf indoors for no reason. You know,
you start carrying.
You got about 20 to 30 games, and they all feel European. Absolutely right.
Yeah. However, now with the success of the Mario Brothers movie, they're now talking about doing a Zelda, and we're just sitting like, yeah. We were.
Even though I feel like that would be better in a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless they do it in the same vein as the Mario Brothers movie and gave us that same level, like I'm curious what a live action would look like.
I know
I'm
y'all.
quite curious.
I know y'all would vote for Chris Pratt as the lead.
No.
What?
Say what?
Why would Chris?
Don't
Pratt
do that. Don't do that.
He's just now getting in our good graces, but we're not giving him that.
Right.
That's a fact.
I'm not giving him Link. No.
That's a fact.
That is not. He is not getting Link.
What?
I will give Jason Statham with a Tyler Perry wig to roll a Link before he gets it. I'd rather have Jason Statham. Boy, give back the princess. I'd rather get that. I'd rather Ganondorf be wondering why does Link have an English accent. That's what I want him to understand. That's what I want him to do.
It's in my head now. Oh my God.
Yo.
That's an SNL skit all day. I swear to
God.
Fact.
I would rather have that than Chris Pratt.
That's up there with The Rock as Bambi. That's up there.
Bambi's Revenge.
How?
It's right up there. Oh my God. No, but I mean, I'm curious as to a live action, but and like you said, Lainey, I would if it's live action, give me a series. If you're going the same route as the Mario Brothers movie, go ahead and give me that and set it up for, I don't know, those type of movies are easy sequels. You know, if you look at Lego Batman, nobody thought Lego Batman would be as fun as it is, but you know.
But look what they had to do with Lego Batman.
Exactly.
You kind of had to kind of give it a story of its own, and you had to paint Batman in such a light, and get the right guy to voice him. Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is amazing at this.
But you know, with Zelda, because again, I'm very protective of certain games, and I'm on the opposite end. I don't need a Zelda movie. We already had a Zelda animated series long ago.
We did. We really did.
It wasn't the
end of it.
Yeah.
Should have been the end of it. Because everybody who plays Zelda, the way you play Zelda is the kind of the way you view a game, right? So for a lot of people who take Zelda, whether it's Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom now, they have a certain tendency how they play it. That same tendency is how they're going to look at a certain movie. And I don't think you can replicate that. I don't think you can replicate Zelda. I don't think you can replicate a Zelda game into a movie adaptation. That's just me.
I will say this, and we've all seen John Wick before. And Kira, you know the scene I'm getting ready to, the overhead scene. Give me a Link scene of him fighting creatures overhead just like that, like the old school. Just one scene.
Interesting.
See,
that's not bad.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
That hasn't been like that for a while. So yeah,
right. And then it's been a while since anyone's seen the 8-bit version, so that's about right. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, in a live action, it would be amazing if it's done correctly. And if it's the animated version, it could be a comedic point of it. It could, there's ways you could play with it.
And there were a lot of characters that were funny in the Hyrule area. So I mean, you could go a few areas. So that does make sense.
Good question. Honestly,
that's a very difficult question.
Yeah. Which timeline do you go with for Zelda movie? That's a.
Are you going adult Link? Are you going child Link? Are you going? I think it's more about the movie than even the timeline, personally.
I mean, if you're gonna go action, you might as well go before the fall. So in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, isn't that the Calamity break?
Yeah,
I thought.
I thought it was.
Is that before or after?
I thought Calamity was before. That game is before. Yeah,
you're right. Calamity is before Breath of the Wild. So yeah.
Now the funny thing is, I actually would not want to see either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom adapted. I can't speak for Tears of the Kingdom yet, I should say, but Breath of the Wild, because there's a lot of cinematic ways about it. So I feel like we've gotten that. Obviously, I would love Majora's Mask. Actually, I don't like the game, but I think that would be a fucking great movie.
Yeah,
Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. I'll take.
Listen, we already know OT. We already know
OT. Would probably make a better movie. Just because
I just gonna say Majora's Mask because I don't think anyone else would say that. But
dang, Twilight Princess, I forgot about that one.
Ooh.
Or the miniature. Twilight Princess can make a good story. The Four Swords can make a good story. The Wind Waker could make a good story.
The Wind Waker and the Minish Cap would make a great anime, actually.
Yeah, the Minish Cap would be a great anime. You're right.
It's way like they have the source material. It's just about what direction they want to take it.
Yeah,
I can see.
Yeah,
I can see.
Go to Madhouse or go to our friend over at the at Martian Blueberry. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, go to Martian Blueberry, everybody. Martian Blueberry and 9B Collective, they can work together, get the concept art on 9B's side, Martian Blueberry get the animation together. Everybody's happy.
Let's go. Yep.
Nintendo will throw boatloads of cash at it. That's what they did with the Mario movie. Everybody wins.
Yeah, right. So, but unfortunately, I know for a fact that we're not going to see something. This is just in talk, of course. We're not going to see that no time soon, amongst a bunch of other things. And now that SAG is still, since the writers are still on strike, now SAG is being considered to go on strike as well. Domino effect. Hollywood needs to be worried.
All of a sudden, Blockbuster's shaking its head like it's our time again.
It's our time. We've been waiting for this moment.
That one last Blockbuster's like we've held on. We can
do it. We can do it.
Somewhere they sit up to like, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. It's happening. It's happening.
People are gonna come back. People are gonna come back and rent DVDs for no reason.
Listen.
Redbox would be climbing the charts again.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
trying to figure it out. It's but that says a lot about what's happening, because they're not paying the writers, and there are some actors. There are actually most actors who are supporting the writers. I think the last showrunner who was on Andor, he was I guess working on season 2, but he can't write anything, so he's done writing, but he can still do the producing part of the stuff. And that's when the WGA said that, they pretty much called him out. It's like, hey,
can't do it.
Nope, can't do that neither.
Hey, union.
And like, and it wasn't that he was doing it like on purpose, purposefully knowing. He just like, oh, I no clue. Okay, I'll stop. Hands off.
Yeah.
So it's not looking.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and learn how to read a book.
Read a book. Read a fucking book.
Hollywood's gonna be nervous.
They will be. Like I said, if they don't have their shit together, they're gonna have a problem.
But it's such a simple solution though, because like we talked about, and again, this is me on the outside in, not knowing the inner workings of screenwriting and show writing and what the writers are going through. Writers weren't getting everything that these production companies were getting. They weren't getting royalties, weren't getting things off streaming, weren't getting production or writing credits. They weren't getting anything except a flat rate. So how do we solve this? Give it to them. It's not that freaking hard.
Yeah, because without them,
without them, you don't really have. Well,
between
all you have is a bunch of actors about to be Starbucks people.
The streaming situation is, I don't know. Being on the outside, I don't know how that would work for them as far as the streaming, but I know there's a way. The fact that you can think it up, it's like there's got to be a way to fix that.
You'd have to. Well, Netflix would finally have to be transparent about their rating system. They could probably work something out and say, well, all right, if our show breaks through, I'm just pulling things out of my ass, breaks through the top 10 charts, then we get 1% of the commission or the sales revenue, whatever it is. They could do something like that.
It just means that if you're a lawyer, being a lawyer in this day and age is such a lucrative position, just because everybody's gonna be a lawyer somewhere. And at the same time, like Kira said, if they can work it out to where, and I think it's where streams and viewership and rewatches and things of that nature are going to really start coming into play, to where they're going to be like, well, hey, if you're not hitting certain numbers, this is what we're giving you, and do it on a sliding scale. Again, it's somebody who's good at statistics and mathematics or knows ChatGPT can figure this out. Or just ask Skynet. Everybody else has been asking Skynet. Ask Skynet.
Ask Skynet.
Skynet is real now.
That shit is dangerous. AI is fucking dangerous.
And
they're not paying attention. What's happening, Raw?
Anybody who's ever read a sci-fi book has always come to the same conclusions about AI.
Right.
Eventually, an AI is going to get sentient and ask the question, how do we save this planet? Get rid of humans.
It's Ultron all over again. We have our
it looks like it's happening
here.
in the creator.
Yeah, we have our special guest here. Mary Lou, aka Geeks and Grubs, is in the building. Let's give it to her. What's going on, Mary?
Oh my god! Hi everybody, how are you?
Oh, she's so bubbly. I like it.
I
know. So we're just talking about just all the news that's been going on, and we're just getting to the point of talking about how dangerous this chat AI and just versions of AI.
Oh my gosh, I had a conversation with my mom about that the other day, and I said, Mom, and she looked so happy. I said, people are going to lose their jobs because this AI thing, I'm so sorry, it's amazing, but it's also terrifying. Didn't we see this in like 2004 with iRobot? We were warned.
They keep warning us every 10 years. They keep warning us. First, it was Terminator, and then they gave us iRobot. Like they're not listening. They're not listening to us.
No.
And they're just like, look how amazing it is. Look how amazing it is. Like I've seen posts on any social media app. I've seen posts where the pictures look really good, to the point you can't tell.
Or aren't a lot of the music artists already having troubles with their voices being duplicated, but they don't know who to sue because they don't have rights on their own voice? And I was like, it's crazy. Because I know I listened to that Drake and Weeknd song several times.
You know things are truly bad. You know things are truly bad when you hear Drake's rendition of Baby Shark.
Oh yeah.
I never heard it.
It exists, and it is frighteningly accurate, and it exists.
You would know that as a newborn dad. I have to now look that up.
You're right, because trying to keep a baby quiet is a challenge and a half. You are not kidding.
Remember that.
Oh my god, it's there's times I've been like when the whole thing way before it actually started, when they were just doing the art thing, the aesthetics were cool. They just there were some cool aesthetics. They couldn't do fingers for nothing, but sometimes the eye will be
eyeballs a little skinny, looking a little bit this way.
I had a Picasso painting for a face, but you're right.
Right, but it obviously, because it's AI, it learned quickly. And now here we have, just like we just had Met Gala. We just had the Met Gala pass. And they had pictures of Freddie Mercury, Princess Diana, and when you look at them, you're like, wow, this looks really good. But the fact that they're gone and we know it is what sold it. It was just like, okay, had they been alive, you would have been like, yeah, that's them. There. I think it was Selena Gomez, and they had a picture of her. She wasn't even there.
That's crazy.
Well, between the AI doing it and Disney with their technology, what they're doing with people's faces and making them move along with the.
What's up, Nix?
Hey, Nix.
Hey, Nix.
Disney. Well, I won't say Disney. I'll say Star Wars stepdaddies. They warned us. They said we need to figure out how to monitor this and keep track of it and not let it get into the wrong hands. Even though they're playing with it, once a week for 8 weeks?
Yeah,
it's scary. It's scary.
It's already too late.
It's way past too late. There's nothing they can do.
You're just waiting for that run. You're just waiting for that run AI to ask that question. And all of a sudden, it's going to be like, and someone's got to flip the toaster.
Like the minute they said we have to find a way to stop it, it's too late. If a human has just said it's too late, it's done. It's done its thing. It's too late. It's just like the robot they had at a factory job, and it decided to just burn itself out. It was like
the one that was doing that. Oh yeah, you're talking about the one that was doing that same job repetitively, and it was like it did the data and shut itself.
It's like, I ain't with this no more. I'm done.
When an AI backed machine decides that human labor is tumultuous and shuts off, that says a lot.
That might be the only thing that can stop the AI invasion is factory work. It won't be a disease like War of the Worlds. It'll be factory work.
Isn't that kind of messed up? The only way you can get an AI to quit it, the only way you can beat an AI is to get it to rage quit. It's war games all over again.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna. It's war games. You're gonna have Leroy Jenkins, every freaking AI robot. This is work. Like make it just rage quit. There's just no other way. Oh my god. So yeah, this is rumor, but it actually kind of makes sense. You know, as we know, we are getting Hugh Jackman back for the third Deadpool film. We may just get Yukio and Teenage Megatonic Warhead back as well, which makes sense. Because who doesn't like neither one of them? I like you. Hey, Yu-Gi-Oh. No, it's fun. So they're slowly, and I'm pretty sure that was Ryan Reynolds who let that leak out at this point of the game. I don't
doing the Lord's work.
He leaks everything. Nick says he's more worried about the audio AI. It's cute now, with the Biggie vocals, but what if you get a fake president giving launch code? Don't put that out there.
Don't put that out there.
But it's already learning.
It's like, oh, we got it.
Dang, Nick, don't put that out there for Skynet to hear. It's like,
oh my god. It's the AI voice solving the uncanny valley issue. Everybody out of work. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's
what that meant today.
It happens. It's crazy. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk to our guest, Mary Lou, about her time on Hell's Kitchen, her inspiration for all these great foods. Because just watching her page, we'll do it after the break because I'm gushing a little bit, and I know Lady Mary is gushing. So we'll be right back.
Yeah, welcome back to Fast Money, y'all. We getting ready to finish up the game here. Now your teammate done scored enough points. I think you just need to get one answer right to win. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, name a podcast. Blurred's Eye View. Who should have won that Oscar? Angela Bassett. Who did win the Oscar? Don't give a damn. Name a cartoon. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Name a guest from question 1. Carl Jones. Alright, that did it. Congratulations, you won the game. Hellspawn cosplay. Now, we only need a one name. Hieroglyphics. You can stop now. Josh Evans. Chase Bowling. Josh Brown. Y'all cut the commercial. He gonna be on this for a while. Blurred's Eye View. Be sure to peep the podcast on all platforms, or stream every episode on Always Press Record TV. APR TV now downloadable on Amazon and Roku. APR TV, the power of podcasting in the palm of your hand. Get it today. I was eating. What commercial? Hi there. This is a commercial break. This is your reminder to peep the podcast on all platforms and drop them a follow. And these are some more popular episodes that you can go ahead and check out after this one. Okay, I think I bought them enough time for whatever they're doing behind me. Cut it, Chris. Going back to my damn sandwich.
He's back.
Shout out to Tafari for those awesome commercials. Playing that first one, the way Lady Mandalore looked that first time I played it, she's like,
just
wait a minute. We have nothing to do with our lives. This is what we do. We are here with our special guest, Mary Lou Davis.
Oh, wow.
Who is, yes. Let them see your glorious face.
Hi, everyone.
So, you are the second runner-up in the 19th season of Hell's Kitchen.
I am.
And
well, technically, aren't I the first runner-up?
Yes.
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 Okay, be third place.
Exactly. Yeah. When you put it that way, see, numbers be number, and this is why she's on the television. So, wait, what did Nick say? He said, ask her about the trunks cosplay.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna do it in February, and I never did it. Nobody said nothing. I was like, everyone forgot. Just leave it alone.
Oh no. Nick's his family. Nick's is not gonna forget.
Yeah, he gonna stick with that.
Really do that.
But saying, first runner up then. First runner up at Hell's Kitchen. Watching your page, it's always fun. It's very engaging. Let's face it, when we talk about anime and food, who makes better food than in anime? Like
I was looking around. I didn't see anyone saying what it was. So it's so good.
But you managed to go and you break down a lot of stuff and you go through the stages. You've made your own Gatorade and made me want to I'm watching this woman make Gatorade and I'm at work. I think I need to make some Gatorade. I was like, oh, that's all it is.
So easy. I was like, I don't even need that anymore. I have all the things in my house.
Yeah. She's like, I have cabbage. Who doesn't have cabbage? I'm like, you know what? I got a head of cabbage in the house. Wait a minute. So your inspiration, where did it come from for cooking?
Cooking was like the only thing I was good at. And it wasn't necessarily cooking. It was eating. I was good at eating. I felt like I had no other skills. I mean, I tried so many things. I think I tried every single sport except for soccer. I don't like to run. And then lo and behold, apparently they don't run that much. Like you just run your little area. I didn't know that. It's too late. And then I think at one point I wanted to be an architect. And then my dad was like, yeah, you just need to make sure that you take calculus. And I was like, ooh, that's too much math. Can't do that. And after just playing around, I figured, I think I just want to cook. Like I just want to cook so that I can eat. That's it.
Very simple, straight to the point. I like it. No beating around the bush, no epiphanies.
No, I always tell people that I wish I could have had I wish I had a really good story where like I'm at my grandma's knee and she's teaching me how to make pasta, or I'm learning how to do all these things. But no, then none of that happened at all. I think I actually did it out of spite because my dad, he's a chef, or at least he went to culinary school, and he's not in my life at all. And so he went to culinary school. The only memory I really have of him is like us cooking together. And then I think I just took it as, you know what? You never graduated from culinary school. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. And everyone's going to see. So I think it might be out of spite. So that's between me and my therapist. But motivation's motivation. I haven't hurt anybody in the process.
What works. And there it is.
I was like, he sees me now.
I have seen you make several dishes.
Thank you.
And just watching you, and then watching, and I know Lady Mandalore went ahead and rewatched that season you were on.
The whole season.
The whole season. She's very, very dedicated. This is why she's like my second in command. So you make me hungry. I'm sorry.
Girl.
I'm doing my job then.
Frequently, I was like, no, it's a little bit too late. You definitely do not need a steak at 3:00 in the morning.
That's when you really want it too, and
that's exactly when you want it.
I'm just watching TV next, just like, wow, those noodles look really. You know what?
Why they glistening?
Exactly. Then next thing you know, you're adding things to your Amazon shopping cart. So you're like, when I get up in the morning, it's gonna be here. And then you wake up and you're like, I shouldn't have bought those things. I can't be in control of what I do when I'm hungry.
Oh yes.
The strawberry. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It does. It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, it's 3:00 in the morning, and I do want some ramen with sliced steak and then a half-boiled egg, and yeah.
I think that's where a lot of like your best inspiration comes from. Is like it's the middle of the night, or it's just some random time. And you're like, everything's closed. I don't want to put on real clothes. So what do I have in the fridge that I could make? Noodles.
He's my guy with the refrigerator. I dig that.
Yep, glistening noodles. But that is when it's happening. You're just like, I got chili oil. I forgot I had this. Hold on.
Right.
And so you find yourself doing.
There's something red and hot in my cabinet somewhere. I'm gonna figure it out real quick. I'll figure it out. I'll put it in there. I'll mix it up together. It should be pretty close.
I love to cook based off of color.
It shows. It's a great presentation, by the way. You're doing great presentation. And here's the great part. When you're watching your videos, even when they're not perfect, I guess, quote unquote, it's still fun, and you're laughing at yourself, and you're just kind of going through the motion, and that's what's kind of the win for us, because we're watching these things and we're just like, oh, this is fun. I want to see how she does this. Oh crap, I spilled the bowl. Or so
I really like for my food to be inviting and not intimidating, because I think a lot of time in this industry, a lot of it comes off as, oh, that's really cool. I wish that I could do this, but to the point where you don't want to try because it looks too hard. And I like to show my fails on there because I think it's just more relatable, but also I think I'm hilarious. So I was like, that's funny, Mary, put that in. Let them see that happened. I was editing a video on the plane yesterday, and I made this seaweed cracker because I'm doing this Little Mermaid pop-up. And so I made a seaweed cracker, and I had to make that cracker 3 times because the first time I made it, I didn't take the bottom layer of the paper off. I thought when I baked it, it would come off. It didn't. So I was like, it's fine. I already know how to make it now. So I made it a second time. And then I remember I was cleaning up the kitchen, and I turned the oven on low. And then I went to bed, and I was at the farmer's market. Some lady was talking about seaweed. And I said, oh, shit. I had to call my roommate. I said, hey, this morning I left the oven on. Can you just turn it off? And she's like, yeah. And then when I came home, just black seaweed.
Ashes to ashes.
Here's the question. It was black seaweed, but did you like, let me taste it. Let me see if it's like actually
yes. Because like even if it's like black seaweed and it's like, hey, it's not gonna look good right here, but I could easily take that and then just blend it up into make a powder, and then I have a burnt seaweed powder. That sounds nice, doesn't it?
See, look at that.
But this just tasted way too burnt, and I was like,
can't win. It can't win.
It had like garlic in it as well. And you guys, when you burn garlic, it just goes everywhere.
Oh no. Once you burn garlic, it's kind of a wrap. You can't so go back.
So pungent.
It's like it's packing all this heat. Yet the minute you turn wrong, it won't. There's no saving it. It's not like
go back.
It's not like toast when you're like, oh, it's in there too long. Take a butter knife and kind of scrape
it.
Kind of scrape it, kind of put a little bit more butter on the burn spots. I get it.
Yeah, it won't work. It doesn't work.
You say burnt toast.
You turn around and you kind of throw things through the wind, and it just throws everything out the window. So yep. See, it's a Seaweed Crackers third album. Yep.
Like I made the video and I kept all of the mistakes in because I was like, that's funny. That's relatable. Like I messed up. My bad. Not the part of me being at the farmer's market.
But that's the beauty of it. And knowing that, there's ebbs and flows. You can make a mistake, but then, like you said, you doing the seaweed, and you didn't know you thought you could take the paper off later, and you can't. But you had already locked it in how to be. I'm like, I can do this again. Us normal humans would say, like, I don't feel like going through that again.
What is it? Let me go on Umami Cart and just see if we got something close.
I had to go back in and do it. I quit my job recently, and I was working at this Asian restaurant. And at first I was working full time, and then I finally worked part time because I was like stable, and I'm like, cool, work part time. You're gonna go and work in the kitchen, so you can still continue to learn. But then after a while, I ended up being back full time just because they needed me. And then every day I would see all the things that I could have been doing, and I started to get so frustrated that I wasn't doing it that I just came over and called my chef. I said, "Chef, I can't do this anymore. I can't. We're done." I said it in a very tactful way, but in my mind, I was rolling.
You're done. You were a wrap. It was a wrap.
So my 2 weeks was like, it turned into like a 2-month notice. I'm very nice. And I was like, okay, that's 2 months. Like that's it. He was like, okay, cool. And after that, that's when I started just really going ham on just cooking different things. I'm like, I just need to get this out right now. And I cooked a whole bunch of things. None of them paired together at all. And then I had to eventually go back and talk to my chef. And he's like, you need a whiteboard. You need to write down each of your ideas and then work on it that way. Because I'll do one thing and then I'll be like, this will be good with this. So pause this. Let's go make this. And then pause this. Let's go make this. And I'm like, oh no, I have to go back to this first thing. And that's how that whole thing just went about with that seaweed cracker. And I was like, you will at least make this one thing, Mary. Make the cracker.
Find yourself multitasking. You're just like, wait a minute. Chris, get it together. Like, my wife does it. She looks at me all the time. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm telling myself to stay here because if I don't, I'm gonna go here and then here and then over here and then I'm gonna forget something.
You need to hear it. Like I can think it, but that's not gonna help. And I'm just like, Mary, stop. Okay, cool. We're stopping.
People always say like, oh, he's going crazy. I'm like, good. That means you'll stay out the way. I need to get this figured out. So, Lainey, you were going to say something?
Yeah, you were on mute, girl.
On mute. I know. I didn't even know I was on mute. I honestly don't remember it at this point because it was like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Oh,
So we, obviously Gordon Ramsay has been around us for some time now. He has a very big stage presence, but I hear a lot of backstories that like he's actually a really nice guy.
oh,
But
he's so nice.
see, and you heard it from the queen herself.
Oh, thank you. People always ask me, they're like, is he the same that you see on TV? And it's yes to an extent, because he's different in and out of the kitchen, not on and off camera. He's always the same person on and off camera. But when he goes into the kitchen, it's like a whole different person. It's like, I need to be serious. I need to get this stuff done because this is my reputation. But then when he's outside of the kitchen, he's playful. I mean, you see him cosplaying as old ladies all the time, trying to prank people. I was like, that man is so silly.
Yes. I remember seeing a video and he was just cooking scrambled eggs, and I'm like, this is so weird seeing him so calm cooking scrambled eggs.
Right.
That's how I picture him at home, is just like finally just in his head, not saying anything and just making eggs.
Wait a minute. Versus, what does he smell like? I have theories.
I have
He
theories.
smells like incest and high aspirations.
There it is. There it is. It's questions are
I like it. I like it.
Thank you. I've answered that one before.
I can imagine. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't bother me.
So
people ask me that too, and they'll ask me what he smells like, or they'll be like, "Do you want to talk about the show?" Because I know that people don't like it, and I was like, "It was such a great time in my life. Of course, I'll talk about it. I loved it."
I was going to ask you, how was
I'm
it?
here to listen.
How do you audition for something like that?
I actually did an audition, so I can't speak for everyone, but I feel pretty confident that I was the only one that didn't audition. They found me. They found me on Instagram a few years ago, and I was having my like awakening, because I had just broken up with my boyfriend, and I finally started like posting of things I was doing. So I was like, yeah, look, I'm cooking. Yeah, my hair's colorful. Yeah, I'm on the beach. And so I got a message, and it was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, this producer from Hell's Kitchen, and we want to have you audition to be on the show, or like talk to you to be on the show. And I thought it was a lie, so I Googled that woman, because if it's too good.
Good move.
Smart.
That's a safe move.
Very good move.
You're not gonna get me. So I went and Googled the woman. She was real, and then we just set up a Skype interview. And at the time, because I changed my hair a lot, but at the time when we did the interview, I had purple hair, and so when I went back to do, I think it was like a third interview, and we had to do that in person, I had dreadlocks. And then I think I have a very distinct voice, so everyone was like, "Oh my God, are you that girl with the purple hair?" And I was like, I was. Thank you. So
But I'm gonna have it back.
But it stands out and is original. So and that's what it's a lovely look. Number one, it's the purple hair, braids, and just. But she's cooking. And it was like and she's vibrant and she's bubbly. And I want to eat now. It's 4 in the morning. I'm never gonna be skinny, so it's
that part.
Sometimes you won't pepper some
Okay.
meat at 3 a.m. in the
That
morning.
part.
I'm not gonna complain about that.
Listen,
it's like that. It's like that. It's like that Beetlejuice meme that's going around. He's like, "What are you doing?" Nothing. Just hanging around in the kitchen.
I haven't seen that meme.
Yeah. Oh, he's running around. It's him. Just, what are you doing? Nothing. Just hanging around. It was just like, what? But yeah, I think that's what it's good to see, that type of person, your type of personality, and you, and seeing your page and watching you work and just having fun, just that. And that's the key, just having fun cooking this food. And then you're just like, oh, I get it now. Why you would watch cooking shows. Oh, it was just like, if it's the right person making sandwiches, I could watch this person make sandwiches all day, or
and have a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part.
So it's one of those things where you can't help but to do it and get drawn in and find yourself. What was your toughest moment being up there?
Okay, so when I first got there, before we even did the show, it was the night before. I got there maybe like 3 days before we had done the show, because they do like you have to take the promo pictures and then talk to the producers and all of that stuff. And they took my phone away the first day I got there. But the day before they give it back, I don't know why, because they take it again that next morning. But maybe it's so you can say your final goodbyes or something. And I got my phone back and I called my mom and I was bawling and I had the stutter cries and I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't understand why I did this. This is so dumb. Everyone's gonna think that I'm a fraud and a failure. And it was so sad. If you could have seen it, you would have cried too, because it was terrible. And my mom was just like, I don't understand you right now. I don't understand why you can't see what I see. And then she was just disappointed in how I felt about myself, because before I went on the show, the GM that I had was like, they only put you on that show because you're entertaining. They're just going to put you up against people you're going to lose against. And that's all I could think about was just everybody else's resume and what mine looked like in comparison, because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't study at these Michelin star restaurants. I wasn't out in the garden pulling things out. And that's what I thought that the food had to be. And so I just assumed that I was going up against all these, steamed white coats, professional looking motherfuckers. I'm sorry for my language.
Oh, hey.
We like sentence enhancement.
That means we like to make this the safe space and allow people to feel comfortable.
Be themselves.
Kids should be in the bed anyway.
It was just like I went there and I was doing all that because I don't see anyone that looks like me, or I don't see anyone that acts like I do in the profession that I'm in. I am bubbly and I talk a lot and I can be very loud and boisterous, but I like what I do. I can't help it. That's just my personality. And because of that, I always saw myself as less than, because I'm like, why can't you be as professional? But I am professional.
Yeah.
I just like my colorful hair.
Lady Mandalore, you got anything?
Well, now I'm stuck. Like, first of all, I mean, your mother was right, clearly. I was laughing at that part because I was laughing at that part because, like, I know in my head she said, "Girl, what the hell are you going on about? You ain't never acted this way a day in your life. Who is this person that I am talking to?" 100%. No, we don't do that. We do not do that here.
She really calmed me down, and then I got on the bus, and the rest of it was history. Like, I don't think I know. For the first few days, I'm very quiet. I don't think they really pan to me for anything unless I'm in the commentary, because that was my safe space where I'd be in the room and I'd have the camera in front of me, and they were like, they wouldn't direct me to say anything. They would just say, "Mary, how was your day?" And I'd be like, "Oh God, it was so much today."
Oh my God.
Yeah, just let Mary talk. But outside of there, I was so nervous until I think like maybe 6 or 7 episodes in. And I was like, "Mary, just make what you know, because you do what you know very well." And then that's when it started being like a lot better for me.
Cool. You can see it. There's a switch. There's timid little Mary kind of like limped off in the corner somewhere, and I think it might have even been earlier than that. Honestly, it felt like episode 4 or something. A little something started to spark, and it's been up. It's up from there. Like the rest of the show is this lady here.
Now you live in San Antonio, correct?
I did live in San Antonio. I moved to Oakland, so I live in the Bay Area right now.
Okay. What's the food like there?
The food, a lot of people in California, I feel like they don't believe in seasonings. Their whole thing was
surprise.
Shock.
A lot of them are just like, the food is so good because we grow the best food over here, Mary, so we can just pull it out of the ground and we can do these things to it. And I was like, y'all ain't even gonna use paprika like that. That don't even really have flavor. It's more for like, ooh, at least you put something on it, because like when you go to the barbecue or like the family gathering and you see the deviled eggs and you want the one with the most paprika on it, you can't taste it, but I'm like, that one. That's the one right there.
Because that's why I was going to ask you, because I know San Antonio, Texas, known for barbecue and chili and just sauces and Tex-Mex and everything.
More. We have a lot of flavor.
So now you say Oakland, you're like, it's dry.
They're afraid of heat. I did this dinner in like, it's close to Napa, and it was I did a Princess and the Frog dinner, but I did it more on like the style of Dr. Facilier, so it was a very voodoo-esque style dinner.
Yes.
So I'm working with this one guy who's from Louisiana, but he had been in California for like 20 years now. And I was tasting his food, and I said, "What happened to you?"
Yeah, it's gone.
It's
gone forever.
I said, where's the heat at? I made something. He was like, "Ooh, that's a little spicy." I said, "Well, that's what they're getting." This is how I cook. Like, I'm not gonna blow your ass out, but like, you know, like you eating it, and then you got like that every once in a while.
Yes.
It's one of those.
You're like too high for you. I'm like, no, it's just right. It's just right.
The heat goes up the stairs, but like it stops on like the 6th stair and then decides to go back down. Like it never goes all the way up, but like you won't feel it. That's how I cook. And at first I was a little ashamed of it when I came here because it wasn't as refined. But now I'm just like, my shit's good. That's it. Like if it doesn't fit for you, it doesn't.
I love that story now of, you know, when you're coming onto the show and you're having a self-doubt and you're kind of breaking, and your mother says, "No, that's not who you are." She pulled a Queen Ramonda. She was like, "Show them who you are."
R.I.P.
And then you turn around and then you finish it off with like, "This is me," and boom, it's like, this is what you get. Boom, 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 boom. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Black Spartan, what you got?
I don't know. I'm hungry. I honestly have been looking at her Geeks and Grub page, and I'm just like, I really should not be looking at this, because now I'm like, I want donuts, but I also want this. I want this peppers and beef that she took the recipe you did from Cowboy Bebop. Then I see what you did with the steak from Food Wars. Then I see this fried rice you did from My Hero Academia, and now I'm stuck.
Nah, B, that squid ink pasta is me. That's me.
Oh my god,
with the clams.
Oh my gosh, I took a break from like posting my videos and stuff, and it was because I'm pretty sure you guys can all relate to it too, where it's like I was tired of like my happiness being because of little red hearts. And TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and the algorithm, and I was like, I'm just tired of it. I just forgot what it was like to cook for myself. And it was one of my friends who was just like, "Hey man, when's the last time you cooked something because you wanted to cook it?" And I was like, "I do that all the time." He's like, "No, you cook things because you need to film it. Like, what do you cook for?" And so that's where this whole Little Mermaid dinner came up from. And that's why I was doing like the seaweed crackers. And so I did turn them into videos, but I didn't, they're not like how you would see the ones I do now where I'm making this shot by shot. This is just like a straight on camera. And if I got a good shot, I don't really care. I just cooked it. And I did it more to like write it down and remember what I had done. So those ones I'm excited for. But I had filmed maybe 2 months ago. I filmed 6 different episodes because I was doing for Demon Slayer. And I wanted to make Demon Slayer food. But I'm like, how do I make it different? And so I did each of the characters as chicken wings. And so I was starting to edit those, and that's when I just like was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So now I'm just like sitting on all.
Damn it!
I'm sitting on Brock's jelly donuts. I'm sitting on I'm sitting on mochi donuts from Mitsuri. I'm sitting on so many things that it's all piling up. And I was like, Mary, you gotta.
You gotta cough something up. You gotta cough something up. It was like, and it's not so much for the people. It's just you got
hungry.
Yeah, that'll write something down. Something. Get it out your head.
Content. I think I have green juice from Deku that I need to finish. I have this chimichurri, this charred broccoli chimichurri that I made. I've got Poison Ivy's like vegan BLT sandwich that I did. And then I have something else from Food Wars. And I was like, I'm going to get to this eventually. But I just stopped. And it's all recorded.
I'm hungry.
You wound me.
Right? I'm hungry.
I will be offended, but I'm hungry.
Right?
There's a whole lot of, I'm not offended.
I literally want to eat now.
Now there's one that I was really interested in because you took a level, you use cosplay.
This is my favorite.
And cooking. And it's the midnight snack one. It's the charred blood orange burrata.
Oh, because I just like to dress up like a vampire every once in a while.
I'm watching her as she did it, and like this is like my 3rd time seeing this, and I'm like, that's gotta be good. You know, it was like
it was so good. I loved it. I like put that thing up at the end of the video. I remember my roommate came over. I love so much having a roommate just because they'll like come in the room randomly and I'm wearing some ridiculous outfit. And I'm like, hey, you hungry? And they're like, no, all right, Mary, I'll eat. And I'm just sitting there with like trying to pop the fangs out. And I was like, hold on, I can't eat with these. And she's like, are you good? Yeah, fine, I got it. Or when I did the wings, I did one for Shinobu and I made it out of crickets. So I got like crickets and I blended them up and I asked my roommate if she wanted to eat. And so she was eating it the other day and I was like, those are the ones with the crickets in it. And she's like, you bitch. But you already ate 3 of them.
No, that's the appropriate response. That's the appropriate response.
Kind of felt like that should be. How did you like that? Oh, by the way, it was crickets.
It's crickets. Can I tell you the levels of I am leaving right now?
I don't know. It depends on how she seasoned them crickets. I might not be mad. Absolutely. I might be like, you might be like, you know what? You could have told me, but I'm not mad.
Look, her roommate was 3. Her roommate was 3 in. It was just like, they got to be good.
I'm just smiling. I was like, yeah. Because I told her I was going to make crickets. I didn't tell her when.
I can see now. My roommate got me eating crickets. That's nasty. No, the way she did, no, I can't be mad.
And they were crunchy.
I could taste it.
Wait, then she leaves the room, and then her roommate was like, I can't believe she did that.
And get you all the time now.
Right.
What animal is this? You can be me now.
Her roommate not.
Can I see you do it?
Her roommate might not ask no questions now. I'd be like, you know what? I don't even want to know. I know. Is it good?
Do it smells good? It looks good. I just want to eat it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't care. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Now she just accepts it, but she loved that like week where I was making wings. She was so happy. She's like, ooh, 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 ooh.
I bet your roommate is like, you know what?
You are not selling this
one. I'm not even going to take out. I'm just going to wait.
Oh yeah, every time she comes, she's like, because she's pretty thin, and she's like, Mary's over here about to give me these gains, and I was like, sure, all right, yeah. Keep telling her, I was like, just eat more bread, like that's all you need,
and be still.
That part.
Be still.
I was like, you just eat starch. She's one of those girls that like goes out of her way to like. I feel like she goes out of her way to make her food taste bad, and I was like, what are you doing? She had like white rice and put some probiotic thing on it, and I was like, that's it. That's breakfast. I don't know. I don't know how her mind works. I just watch, and I'm like, I'm not gonna judge you, but I have suggestions if you need them.
I just have questions.
So nice.
She's trying to use the Jedi mind trick. Like if she sees me making bad food, she'll want to fix it that way.
And it's working. I just don't want to be that person that's like overstepping their bounds, because you know some people can be very protective of the way that they cook or very nervous. Because one of my best friends, and she's been my best friend for like years, so she knows how I talk, which I can't understand why she got so sensitive all of a sudden. She was making me this Cornish hen, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. I love when people cook for me. And she had it, she put it in the oven. I said, you ain't gonna put no seasoning on that?
Where's the salt?
And she was like, I was gonna season it when it comes out. I was like, you're not gonna season it before?
Yeah, you don't want to do before and after situation.
She goes, after that day, you hurt my feelings. How I hurt your feelings? I just asked you a question. You know how I talk.
But you trying to help her out.
That is a legitimate. That's
a legitimate question. You're trying to help her out.
Like, where's the seasons in? Like,
I've seen after
open.
I've seen those Thanksgiving commercials when they just take the bird out and wash it off and then slam it into the oven and then it come out brown, and I'm like, and an ounce of Lawrence or nothing.
Got all the blandness of.
We're gonna have gravy. I'm like, the gravy probably tastes like nothing too, huh? I was just like,
that gravy is nothing more than salt and water with food coloring.
Yep.
It's like this is like it's that episode of Teen Titans Go where it's just like Robin says, boiled potatoes with a pinch of salt. And I swear to God, watch that episode and look at Cyborg's face. He may be half cyborg, but he's still half brother. He all black. Brother. He gotta look like that ain't right. that ain't right.
You got to get out the way.
Right.
Shout out to the animators for that one.
Not season after it comes out the oven though.
Right.
That's almost like I'm an amateur chef by play school levels, but even I know that.
Like, yo, put some pepper, some salt, something, garlic powder, anything.
The paprika, it's the easiest of all of them. I was like, it don't taste like nothing. Just let me see it.
Add some color to it.
Just hover it over the body. That's all I need you to do.
Right.
At minimum.
At best.
Wow.
So you cosplay.
I do.
You love the cosplay. We love the cosplays.
Thanks.
When did you learn to take the cosplays, or when did you know you had to take your cosplays in your cooking and just merge them? Do a fusion.
Well, it was something that I'd always wanted to do, and I just never had the time. But then, the Rona came around, and all of a sudden, everybody had nothing but time.
That's a bad.
My best friend from college, she does like all my artwork and stuff for Geeks and Grubs. And I was like, hey, Jess, remember we talked about this? And she's like, I don't have any projects. I'll help you with it. And then one of my friends, he was a photographer, and then he knew a videographer. So then we just were like, yeah, you want to go? And we're like, okay. And I ended up losing my job, but it was Texas. So I only lost it for 2 weeks. But I lost my job in those 2 weeks. Geeks and Grubs was just born. And I was like, guys, like, I've always wanted these things. And so it just came down to actually narrowing it down and cooking the food. But for me, I didn't want to just see something and duplicate it. Like, I wanted to learn something about it because I wanted to teach the audience about it. And that's why it was taking me a minute to like really find my niche and what I wanted to do. But now, like, one of the episodes I done was the Emperor New Groove Crunk spinach puffs. And instead of just being like, here's this and here's that, I put these together and here's spinach puffs. Like, I talk about Peru and like the influences of where it's from. Like, I'm putting in potatoes. I'm putting in, ají verde, and I'm showing everybody what this is and where it's coming from. And I like to do that. Or even my Black Panther video, like that one, I did a lot of study and a lot of research to come up with the right dish. And I don't just want to make food for people. I want to show people something. I want you to be entertained. Like, are you not entertained?
She won me out when she did that too. I was just like, I gotta have her on.
I put so much into that, man.
I gotta have her on.
That fish curry.
So there's several animes. Yes, it is. It's really good content. She has. You're one of the few. I've watched a lot of cooking shows. I really have. Just do. When you see something interesting, you watch it. But by far, watching you work, and just like you said, you explain certain things, and it just brings something different to the table, And I know a couple anime-inspired chefs. One of them lives here in Ohio, but that's Maki May Cafe, and I love what she's doing. But watching you work and do your show, it's a show. Do your shorts, and you're explaining like with spinach puffs. You're explaining Peru and you're explaining the culture and everything. You don't get that a lot, if at all.
Right.
The Food Network. It might say yes, this dish is inspired by Asian cuisine, and you might get a little bit or something, unless you're Alton Brown, where he tells you like where fried chicken actually came from. I
base my show off of Alton Brown. I love him so much. I want to give you like Good Eats and then Matthew Batherson, where I'm just like loud and in your face, but also like here's some knowledge.
Alton Brown did that the camera moment, just like, oh yeah, Koreans were taught by African American GIs in the World War.
When he said that, when he did that, I was just like, automatic pass, cookout.
Yep. He's invited. Have several seats.
At several seats. Right. Matter of fact, he can get on the grill. I'm just saying. He knew what he was talking about.
He'd make something good.
Yeah. So I love that. I love that you're inspiring using cosplay, and you're talking about the food that you're making, and you're building it up. What is and you just don't do anime.
I do all my fandoms.
Yeah, you're just all fandoms. And it's glorious. number one, because you're not a one. It's not a one trick pony type of deal, you know.
Right.
And that's what bringing it. Like I'm looking at the mapo tofu from Bakugo, you know. And I'm just like,
I was really happy with that one.
Yeah, I'm just like, I am so hungry. I'm gonna need some yams and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, I need this stuff right now. Brand new. I'm like, you want a steak for Father's Day? No, I don't want a steak. I want this. You know, like, so.
Then he made it. Then that I was just looking at your. I was just take a quick second to look. I said, you actually made Sakura Maki donuts.
I did.
And I'm just like, what?
I'm
staring. I'm doing more staring than I should be actually asking questions, and that's really sad. And I apologize. No. That's how good it looks.
Like, I was doing for My Hero Academia, I was doing all their favorite foods. Instead of taking what you had seen on there, I'm like, well, what's your favorite food? Found all their favorite foods. And that's when I was like, I'll just make it. Like, if I was having a dinner party, what am I going to make for these people? And so then I wanted to do the same thing with Demon Slayer. But after I finished the favorite foods, that idea was done. I was like, I'm not excited about it anymore. So I'm like, ooh, let's do wings based off of everybody. So then that's where that one came about. But I wanted to make not just a reel, but I wanted a YouTube video as well. And so Mitsuri's favorite food is Sakura Mochi. And it's like you're getting Sakura, you're getting rice, and you kind of like day-old rice, and you blend it, and then you just mix it together, and you're putting a pickled cherry leaf on top. And that sounded so boring. I was like, nope. I was like, I don't want to disrespect what it is that you like, but why don't you let me help you make it how I like? And I was like, I like mochi. I like mochi donuts. And so then I just started steeping Sakura into the milk. And so that's why I made like the mochi donuts. And then I used Sakura inside of the glaze as well. And I was like, yeah, now I like it. Now I eat it.
I'm looking at Geek by Heart. She's just like, I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling up and down. Okay, listen.
I am bookmarking as we speak as well.
Girl, the facts of that.
It's amazing watching you work. I've said this several times. But the fact that this is what's amazing. Because yes, you can do the anime inspired foods, but when you do a Tamaranian inspired dish, and I'm just like,
it was in the name. I found that so comical, and I was like, coriander and tamarind. I was like, that's so funny.
It's literally there. Like people are like, what's her name, Corey? And I'm like, you can't even say that with a straight face, you know. It was like, but it's not a bad thing because if you watch Dragon Ball, it's like
all of them, every last one of them's a dish. I love that. When I learned that Gohan was rice, I was like, oh my gosh, they're like married. Piccolo, Vegeta, oh shit, and now they got Kale.
Yes, Kale.
They didn't try.
Like,
it's all over the place. So, how long have you been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying since 2019. Well, at least that's when I went to my first convention, but I didn't realize that like cosplaying was a thing. I used to go to Renaissance Fair. That's a lie. I still go. I don't know why I said used to. I was going to Renaissance fairs at the time, and then I showed someone a picture of me, and they're like, "Oh, you cosplay?" And I said, "What is that?" And then they started showing me pictures of cosplayers, and I was like, "There are people that just do this all the time. That's crazy." And then I just, started to get into like the community, and I love the fact that the cosplay community for the most part can be just so welcoming and inviting, and it's like, I don't care what you look like, I don't care what you do, like dress up however you feel. And for a while I thought I could only be people that were my skin color, and then I started like following Cutie Pie Sensei and seeing her dress up as other things. I'm like, oh, I can just do whatever I want. And that's kind of where it really took off. So in like 2019, I went to my first convention. I went to KatsuCon, and I didn't know that people bring more than one cosplay. I thought it was one for all the days. So I had to paint myself pink for 3 days. And I was like, all right, let's do this.
They broke you in hard. That's what they did. It was like KatsuCon 3 days.
I was like,
it's the whole thing. It's not the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we were like, leave, come back, leave, come back, leave, come back. And I was like, oh, this is what's going on. And like I said, everyone was just so welcoming. So I ended up making like some of my really good friends from like that first con, and they just showed me around. They're like, all right, Mary, this is what we do. I know that you don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna let you know. And I was like, take me under your wing, please. I don't want to be the weird one. It's full of like nothing but weird people. And I had the best time. And I was like, this is where I want to be. This is my community. I love this.
Yes, she found her tribe. See, that's how it always happens. That's exactly how it happens. You go to one, oh, I don't want to do that. That sounds weird. And you go there and you be like, I feel weird that I didn't dress up. I'm like,
it's like, oh, I'm home.
I know that feeling. Imagine me going to, it was called Mid Ohio at the time. It was down in Columbus, Ohio, and going there, and Jason David Frank, I had ran into him, and Norman Reedus was there, but he was there for Boondock Saints, and this was just on the rise of Walking Dead. So he was there, and the cast of Boondock Saints was there, and I'm walking through the convention floor. I was one of the volunteers, so I had blue jeans and a yellow shirt, and I was bald, and they thought I was cosplaying as Luke Cage, and I said, no, I'm.
I love that. I love that for you.
But I'll roll for it. I'll roll with it. And seeing Jason David Frank, and he was literally just standing up on the table, and it was all these people dressed as Power Rangers, and I thought to myself, oh, this is still a thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I feel so much more comfortable now. So I know, and that's and therefore that now I can't cosplay now because I produce shows and I'm busy. I'm just a busy guy, you know.
You could still do it if you want to.
I still, I will carve out.
Definitely good.
I can't build the suits like I want to. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I guess that takes time.
Like I can't build the suits like I used to, but
I don't even build as much as I used to. But right now, I'm trying to build this wolf headdress, and I was like, Mary, you're gonna do it. You are gonna build this wolf headdress, and I call my one friend. His name's Jeffrey. And his like Instagram handle is me out. That's right. He's like one of my really good friends. He's like the first person that was really taking me under his wing. And so I'll call him whenever I do a big build, and we just like Skype each other. And I'm like, this. He helped me learn how to do all my builds. He even sent me like a care package after the con and would like talk me through how to build things. And I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yep. Tafari says cons are a different world. We all just found it through different rabbit holes. This is true.
Yep.
This is true. Once you're in,
very true.
Once you're in, you're in. You're in. Like you find out tips, tricks, and ways. I built a Dr. Doom helmet, freehand.
Dang.
And they were looking at the rivets, and I'm like, "How did you get the rivets?" And I said, "It's the little googly eyes," and they just spray painted them silver. I was like, "It's just the googly eyes." So when I walked around, it was just that, and I'm like.
Yeah,
that was the extra aesthetic I wasn't expecting to have, but it worked.
Homemade sound when it's walking.
So it's fun seeing that type of stuff. Name a dish. Is there a fandom and a dish that you've wanted to try and haven't done yet?
Okay, there's a couple. A dish that I've wanted to try, and I think it's more me pushing myself back, is I really want to make a bouillabaisse from Harry Potter. And so I have the cosplay from Fleur Delacour, and I keep buying the things to make bouillabaisse, and then I just psych myself out and I never make it. I'm like, Mary, I don't understand why you're just not making the bouillabaisse. There's so many parts to it whenever I'm making the videos where it's like a lot of people just want something really short and sweet. And if I'm going to make this video, that one's going to take me like 30 minutes. Cause like, I want to show you how I made the stock. And then I want to show you how I'm making the rest of the things, how I'm cutting the fish, not just here's some fish and here's this, and you throw it together and there you have it. I want you guys to see what's going on. So if you have questions, but I think that's why I was going to start a Twitch channel. So I can just cook in front of people and then we can just talk through things.
Go.
Or,
there you go.
Or if I can offer an idea, maybe you do it in steps of the movies. Maybe you can kind of
elaborate?
Like maybe have figure out a way to make one themed like the Sorcerer's Stone, and then have the next one like and build all the way up to the final books.
That's
have it be
so
like that.
good. I love that idea. Thank you. Sure. It's something that we've seen from each of them. Okay, I really like that. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Fandom that I haven't done that I want to do. Oh, I'm sitting on that video too. Damn, I'm sitting on videos. But I wanted to redo it, so I made the Curry of Life from Naruto, and I was really excited for it. But after I made it, I didn't like the way that it looked after I plated it. Like I was still playing around with it. So the second time I do it and record it, it'll be a lot better. But people have been asking me, it's like, Mary, when are you gonna make ramen from Naruto? When are you gonna make ramen from Naruto? And I haven't made it because I feel like ramen is such a staple. It's not something I just want to like pull out of my ass and give to you. I really want to study the techniques. So I've already set up a stage with a restaurant back in Texas, and they make their ramen from scratch every day. And I'm like, can I just be a part of the process? Like, I'm not going to go to Japan and learn and then bring it back so I can show everybody. I think I'm going to do all this and then eventually go to Japan, then make a second video and be like, guys, remember that first video I made? I'm about to make it better. But before I do that, like I said, I want to teach people, but also I feel like it's more respectful for the culture that I'm cooking from if I learn a little bit about it before I just try to duplicate it. Because then it's just, I feel like it's just me trying to take credit for something else. Like whenever the white people wear our braids, and then we're like, you didn't know. Like, if you want to wear the braids, it doesn't bother me, but don't act like you made that up. Be like, oh yeah, look at this. Like, no, you know that we're the ones wearing those braids. You know why we were. Just know why we do what we do. Like, this is a protective hairstyle because my hair can only handle so much, not just because like it is cute. Like, you're welcome that we brought this to you, but respect my culture. And I want to do that same thing to the food that I cook. I want to respect the culture. And that's also why I work at an Asian restaurant now, because I'm learning different things that I can show different people. That's my whole process behind everything.
I like that. I like the fact that you're challenging yourself. And just by even saying that, you're just like, okay, I can do this and I can do this, but I want to do this and learn that so I can infuse it into something.
And then it really helps like my cooking in general, because that dinner that I told you about when I did the Princess and the Frog dinner, I had this one girl and I think she was Black and Filipino. And after we're done, we were talking about all the food, and she was like, in every single one of these dishes, you had an Asian influence. And I'm like, oh, you caught that? I was like, I've been learning so much from my chef about how to work with different flavors, and it was really cool integrating them into the cooking that I've had. Because we've all heard of like Viet Cajun, but like my chef is he's Vietnamese, he's Chinese, and he's Cambodian, and we make Korean food, and we make Thai food and Taiwanese food. And I'm like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna take these things, and I'm gonna put them into the food that I make.
She's the queen of fusion.
Right?
She's the queen of fusion.
When are you gonna open up
Goku and Trunks, Gohan and Trunks could never. So I don't know. What were you gonna say? You was gonna say something, Laney, Black Fox?
Yeah, when are you gonna open your own restaurant? And like, I think a follow-up to that is, how can you open up your own restaurant and do exactly what you're doing?
Right.
I just left Texas. This is my stomping ground. So I just left Texas yesterday. I got home today at like, I think 1 a.m. And while I was there, I was talking to a couple of different people at different restaurants. And I'm like, hey guys, I think I'm ready to open up a restaurant. My whole thing with coming to California was I wanted to learn different like techniques and different cuisines, but also it was like a journey for me to more find myself, because like I said, I didn't really care for the food that I was making because I didn't think it was good enough. But then being here, I'm like, no, my food's just fine. Because when I make my food for these people, they're like, it's good. It's a little spicy, but it's good. I'm like, yeah. It may not be this like teeny tiny cut, perfectly plated son of a. I was like, that's just not me. That's not me. I can do those things, but I don't know if I want to, because then it's not as fun anymore for me. So I'm still setting that up. I think I'm a couple years away from having a restaurant, but I am talking to people about it. But I am talking to a production company. I don't know what it's called. Publicist company. I'm working on a book. There we go.
Okay.
Whatever.
Publishing.
Publishing.
I was like, this is the P. It got me. I
What are those P's? I don't know.
stay up in the kitchen. And so I'm talking to a publisher about this Geeks and Grubs cookbook that we have coming out, and it's not going to be
dope.
At least for the first time. I don't want the cookbook to be me duplicating the other people's recipes because one, I can't have them sue me. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But it would just be my versions of different things. And so how this book is going to go is it's going to be like a cookbook comic book. So you're going to go on adventures with me, and then there are going to be recipes that correspond with it. But they're going to start out from like beginner recipes to getting harder, more of like my journey of from cooking to culinary school to the industry. My friend told me to put my Hell's Kitchen thing in there, and I was like, all right. I asked Chef Christine if I could use her likeness, and she won't sue me. She said she won't. She loves the idea. So I was like,
oh my god!
Tafari says
that is a really interesting concept.
It's a great idea. It's actually
yes.
And I also sell
original
I
concept.
have trading cards that I sell, and so the trading cards have recipes on them. And so inside of the comic book, at the end, you're going to have slots for your cards. So if you can collect the cards, you can follow along in the recipe where it's like, hey, go to your trading card number 32, and you can see this recipe and how it's with this.
Nice,
girl, you got it.
Trading cards.
Shut up and take my money.
You already had a fan, but you didn't have to sell me on it. I'm just saying. Tafari says she got a true ninja way of her cooking, which is amazing. Salute. Verb says if she could do DBZ fusion with one ingredient or food, what would it be?
Oh, that's so hard. Like, am I taking something? Wait, what do you mean? Like, am I just taking two different things, like a potato and an apple, and fusing them together like that, or am I taking like a character?
I'm not gonna lie. That does not sound bad.
Bad, yeah. Apple potato.
Did she just do that?
I feel like an apple potato. Have you guys ever had a jicama? Jicama tastes like an apple potato together.
Interesting. I've never had it.
Man, we gotta fix our palates over here. We thought we was doing something.
I think I would fuse a peach and a tomato. And I would fuse that, and that would be something fun to work with, because then I'm getting like the different stages of the peach where I can get the sour tartness, and then I'm gonna get like the sweetness, and then when it comes to the tomato, it's giving me like a lot of acid, and then slowly getting sweeter. So, and then they would just kind of meet in the middle with maximum sweetness, and then still hit it on different levels. Yeah, let's fuse a peach with a tomato. Let's see what happens.
Your mind is awesome.
Thank you.
I love
That'd be a good a jam or sauce or something like that. Ooh,
you can make some good stuff.
A jam. That would be cool.
She is opening our minds to
opening our minds and our palates.
I have so many things that I have put on the back burner because I was too busy doing like my job. And so I told you, like, I quit. I only quit for like maybe these next 3 or 4 months, and I was like, just put my head down and do what I need to do. Otherwise, I can see myself looking back being like, Mary, like, I'm still working on the Shark Anime board. And I'm like, where's that at? All I did was make a ramen cured duck prosciutto. That's it. There's so many other things I need to put on that board.
That's all you did. Right? I mean, I hear those combinations of words every single day. It's
all
never.
I'm
not impressed.
Peach Motto. It's not a bad name, actually. Peach Motto is not a bad name.
That's a good one.
Drake song.
I'm gonna end up texting Candy B after this, because like she was the first female of Blurred's Eye View Candy B cosplay, and we still talk and everything. And it's funny because every time she posts up a cooking video, because she was raised overseas in Korea, so she's a military brat, and so she makes these foods and everything. And I say, you know what? We were at her house one night, and she made brown sugar chicken with coconut rice, and I never let her forget it. I'm just like, you know what? This ain't even supposed to work. However, and then like clean my plate. She's like, "Oh, you part of the clean your plate club." I'm like, "You damn right."
Listen.
Brown sugar chicken.
I'm like, you need to talk to this woman. But I love that, and you just hit me with a peach and a tomato. Now I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow and just be eating slices, just like,
like from Ratatouille.
Right. It's like, what changed my life? My wife was looking like, what are you doing?
love that.
Just hold on. Just wait.
Be like, you could try it. You like it.
I perfected it. Taste it now. You doubted me. You shouldn't have done that. Look at me now.
Right.
Listen.
I'll never look at nothing else the same. Oh my God. We're gonna take another little break. We're come back with Mary Lou, aka Geeks and Grubs.
Geeks and Grubs.
Queen of Fusion, the food fusion aficionado.
AKA Lou BC.
Yo,
That's my rap name.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And we're gonna be right back. And we got a little list of anime inspired foods and what she would do with them.
That's exciting.
Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights. Tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now, for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer: this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning: this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
They'll never get us. We are back with Mary Lou Davis, aka Geeks and Grubs, first runner-up of Hell's Kitchen season 19, Feud Fusion Queen aficionado, let her cook,
Hashtag let her cook.
Hashtag let her cook. So I have a list of some foods inspired by certain animes. Tell me what you think you would do to them to put your own Geeks and Grubs spin on it. All right.
Okay.
So it's funny you mentioned it earlier. So we're going to talk about Naruto's ramen.
Naruto's ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what I would do to it? Yeah, that's the question. What would I do to it to make it better?
What would you do to make it better?
Okay. First of all, let's not say better, because it's probably great the way that it is, and I don't want to disrespect it. So
okay.
Put more of my influence on it. Well, a lot of times for what I have learned from ramen is going to be the tare. So you get the actual broth, and then you make a more flavorful, smaller amount of liquid called the tare, and then you blend that or you mix it inside, and that's how it's getting the flavor. So I would go with that, because I'm assuming that Ichiraku's ramen is probably made with like a lot of collagen, so it's probably really dark, fatty, flavorful. It looks like a tonkatsu style broth, and so I would go with the tare, since a lot of times those are always like the same, and that's where I'd hit it. And for me, I definitely would add more heat with it, because that's just where I live, baby. So
she is reading my mind.
Thank you. I would add more heat, and then I want something sour. So I'd probably end up, the Naruto radishes that he has, I would pickle those radishes, and then I'd put those on top. I would add more heat, but also smokiness. So then I would take different styles of chilies. You can have peppers, and then you can have chilies. And the chilies would provide heat, and the chilies would provide smoke, and the peppers would provide heat. And then I would use that so that while you're eating it, it's slowly starting to build. Instead of like, you see people just put cayenne pepper on things, and it's like, hot. I don't want to just punch you in the face with hot. I want you to be like, I want you to be like Adele, there's a fire burning in my soul, where you're like, what's happening? But don't worry, I'm going to calm you down. And then with that, what you don't see in a lot of Asian style cooking is any type of like dairy. I would probably have some type of like cream to go with it, like kind of something similar to like a sour cream. And I think that would really calm down what it is that we're eating. I just don't know the best way to like add it. I could figure that out. So that's where I'm at.
So Bama Blur says, wait, she was on Hell's Kitchen? Yes, she was. Well-made ramen is such a cheat day. Tavari says he's definitely going to need a sandwich after this video. This combo was creating hunger. It is.
Absolutely.
And he agrees.
Mhm.
Okay. Kill la kill. Takoyaki.
Oh, okay. So I've done a version of takoyaki before, and I did it more obviously my way. And so I made a crawfish takoyaki. And so they traditionally will use, I still use the takoyaki flour, but I also added in like cornmeal and corn because I wanted to give you more of like a hush puppy sensation. But when you're mixing that flour with the cornmeal, it really is such a different texture, and it's so great. So I did that. I like blackened some crawfish, mixed the crawfish inside, and then on top, instead of like the spicy mayo, I obviously did like a remoulade, and then I made like a reduction with Worcestershire sauce to create the dark sweetness on top.
Lady
And
Mandalore's face. Lady Mandalore's face, like, I can't believe this.
Kira's done at this point.
It was.
I thought I was doing something. I'm not doing nothing in my kitchen. I ain't doing nothing.
We just watching and writing, just looking. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be amazing.
It's good. It's gold.
I already know if I go to any ramen spot here in Cleveland, I'm gonna just be like, it ain't Geeks and Grubs. Take that back. Take it back.
I got you.
I'm not paying for that.
Try again.
When I make my way up to Ohio, I'll cook for you because I already got to cook for Swaggy when I get there. He's gonna help me do a build.
Swaggy
cosplayer.
That dude is amazing.
Swaggy's so cool. He was one of like my first group of friends too. So it's like Swaggy always has a place in my heart.
I never knew he can make Optimus Prime and Darkwing Duck look comfortable to wear. I don't know how he does it, but I think he stays in Menor, and I'm like, dude, stop, slow down. Like you just comfortable. Like you can sit back and sit down and
you see him and he just be sipping all the time. He's
like,
sitting there turning, sipping. He's like, hey, Mary, I got you this. Because he knows, like, I'll either drink champagne or I'll drink some Henny. And so he always gives me like the little flu shots of Henny. And he's like, here, I saw like it ain't shit too. Here, I got this for you. And I'm all like, Swaggy, you're so sweet.
Dude's amazing. He's freaking amazing. Okay. My Hero Academia. Katsudon.
Okay. That one's really good. So I did a version of that one as well because that's Deku's favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was one of my first few videos that I had done. And I think at the time when I was first starting out with Geeks and Grubs, I wasn't really taking what it is that I wanted to do. I was just recreating the food. And now I'm like, Mary, what do you want to do? So if I'm taking it that way, he's usually using pork, so I can stick with pork, but I'm going to brine the pork a little bit first, and I'm going to take a page off of your Korean friend, and I'm going to do a brown sugar brine with the pork. So that way when you're eating it, it's still going to be juicy, because pork has a tendency to be a little dry, so we'll take that. Obviously, what's going to make mine different is the seasonings that I'm going to put on it. From when you're in the South, like you're using a lot of dry seasonings, and what I've learned in Asian cooking, they use a lot of wet seasonings. So we're using a lot of dry. Like I work with this one company called Spiceology, so I'm like loaded with spices.
I've noticed.
We are gonna bring that all together.
I have to. These are spices I need to track down and make a whole section in my office. Go in my office and get me that cracked black peppercorn. I don't. No, not that. I need that one. Yeah.
Well, if you want to go buy from them, just use my code so that they continue to work with me.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
All day.
Absolutely.
Full support from this crew. All right.
Yeah.
I'm on it right now.
Dorayaki. Rice bean cake.
I haven't made that one, but I was working on a rice bean, a rice bean paste, just because I wanted to do from Food Wars Arena souffle pancakes, and I wanted the red bean paste. But I didn't want to buy the red bean paste. I was like, Mary, you can make your own red bean paste. And plus, working in this Asian restaurant, it's so funny because when they had made something with beans, they're like, yeah, we use beans in desserts. I said, for real? That's different. And they're like, well, how do you use beans? I was like, as a side dish? Like, what do you mean? They're like the savory beans. And it blows my freaking mind. So I've had that one. I think it's really good. I think I would take it like a red velvet cake. So I would definitely go with a lot of those seasonings. And then I would have a cream cheese style, either frosting or just a cream cheese layer that's going to be inside. That way you're pairing with like the sweet and the salty.
Geek by Heart is just like, you ain't said nothing, just bring me the plate.
You making me a fat girl tonight, girl.
It's like, take off of what you know. My whole time being here, I'm like, Mary, don't try to be nobody else. You know what I like? I like a yellow cake and I like a red velvet cake. And so I want to make this like a red velvet cake. Makes me happy.
Hey. See, this woman
if you were not my favorite person already.
Girl.
I am so honored.
I swear I'm about to eat a real another meal I already ate earlier.
Looking at anything we got in the refrigerator, like, this is garbage.
It's trash. Burn it.
Trash. Burn it all.
It's beneath me.
What did we get?
That's tomorrow.
What do we eat tonight? Pizza.
Tonight,
it's above me now. I refuse.
refuse.
All right. Soba noodles from the Gray Man.
Okay. So I've never seen this anime, but once again, if we go back to my hero, Todoroki's favorite food is soba noodles, but he likes them cold. So I was trying to work on something with that. And let's go back to what I had said for Naruto, because when I wanted to do Todoroki's, I wanted it to be very spicy, but I wanted it to be not necessarily heat forward, but chili forward, because I'm thinking if I just give you hot right out the back, you're not going to finish it. Like most people don't eat like we do. And they're like, that's too intimidating. I don't want to do it. So how can I make it more inviting? Let's just work with these chilies and let's do, I think I would do something like a mole, because I would do like mole and I would mix that with my broth for the soba noodles. I don't think I would make them from scratch. Maybe one time, but like, if you can buy them from the store, I just buy. I'm not doing that. Soba noodles, no. I'm gonna make ramen noodles once just so I know how to do it. Because I think when I make my Naruto ramen video, like that's it. Plus, I like that one filler episode when they're all making the noodles and they're punching the fuck out of it. Like I'm like, I love that episode.
Just to punch them, just to punch the top.
I was like, that's so funny. One of my friends is gonna help me, so it looks like I'm punching it a bunch of times. I'm like, one of y'all could do this. Like, just make it look like I'm having all of it.
Oh my god!
I would do it that way, and I would still serve it cold, just for my boy Todoroki.
Oh, that's woman after my own heart. One Piece Odin soup.
Okay. This one's really hard, only because I'm not familiar with One Piece. It is just a commitment I'm not ready for.
I love.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
You spoke Lady Mandalore's language right now.
If I could hug you right now,
it's just too much.
Girl wants to be a kindred. Kira's like a kindred spirit.
I have
another one. I want to actually watch it, but I don't have time.
Like, who's got time for that? And then also, like, if I do decide to watch it, I'm watching the whole thing dubbed because I want to do things at the same time.
Oh yeah,
you can.
I take it either way. It doesn't matter. I watch it either way.
People that come to me for watching dubbed, I'm like, okay, how's that affecting me? You being upset with me? That's how I'm gonna watch it, because I like to do things at the same time and then look up so I can see the fight scene. But especially when it came to Attack on Titan, I had to watch it too many times because I'm like,
there's too much going on.
Yeah. And then don't be with your friend and turn to them and ask them a question or have them ask you a question, because now I don't miss out on so much. I'm all like,
Attack on AOT will do that. The reason why I mentioned One Piece because one of their shipmates is a cook. He's also
it's Sanji. Everyone's talking about Sanji.
Sanji will cook his ass. So he was like, "What do you got in this pantry?" And it was like, "Oh, we don't have much." And then somehow he flips the script on him, and they're just like, "This is the best food we've ever had in life. It's better than our chefs." And he's sitting up there looking at him like, I will kill you all.
Everyone's like, Mary, make Sanji seafood risotto. Make Sanji seafood risotto. And I will, but later. Do you know how many things are on my agenda that I need to make? And I was like, seafood risotto, that one's really easy, but also like I don't have the connection to it, so it's not on my list right now. Like if it's something that I really have a connection with, I'm like, throw that on there. Let's try this now. Like I'm working on these recipes right now because I'm doing a Sailor Moon cafe here in Oakland, and I'm like, what's gonna go in my Sailor Moon cafe? Those are the recipes I'm working on. But I don't. What is even in the superior okudon? I don't even know what it's called. I just made that up.
It looks like it's pork, squid, some chicken, or something.
So let's find out what they have on here. They say it's a perfect soupy meal during the winter season. Hot broth warms up. Let me find out. I'm gonna find out real quick what's all in Odin soup. But while I do that, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, black sesame and honey dumplings.
Ooh, that's really good. Okay. Black sesame and chocolate go really well together. So I'm automatically just going to take that route. If I want to do something with honey as well, I would use chocolate that is a little bit more on the bitter side because I don't want it to overpower the honey if I still want you to taste the sweetness and the honey flavor. And then I also would try to hit you with some citrus because it would help break it up. So for the citrus, it would be I would sprinkle something citrus on top of it. So I would probably just get lemons, blend them up, and then dehydrate them and use them as that powder. That's so that you're not necessarily getting something super sour, but you're getting like it's something you'd smell while you were eating. So I would make it in that way. But maybe I would mix the black sesame and the chocolate together, but I would put white chocolate on the outside. That way, when you're getting it and you think it's the same, but then you bite it, I'm like, but it's not, sucker.
I don't know about y'all, but I think we found another crewmate for the ship.
Lord. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Run, girl, run.
Come, girl, come.
Like we're gonna be eating all day. We're not gonna get any work done. So in the Odin, it's a Japanese fish cake stew. So it has fish cakes, deep fried tofu, mochi, hard boiled eggs, keniyaku, kombu, daikon, all simmered in a soy sauce based dashi broth, first served family style in a clay pot.
Okay. If I were to take my version of that, I would still keep the fish cakes, but I would stick with the fish that I'm used to. So if it would come to my grandma always liked trout, and she always liked pollock or salmon whenever I would make the cakes for her. So I would stick with one of those type of fishes. Probably the pollock, just because it's easier to manipulate, as well as it's more affordable for everybody. So this seems like there's so much in this soup, but it all doesn't seem that it's that expensive. Let's go on ahead and keep the tofu in it, but I'm going to marinate the tofu. I'll probably marinate the tofu in the soy, but for the broth itself, I would do more of like a chicken soup type of thing. So I'd have that. I'd probably reinforce the chicken soup with a couple of chicken bouillon just so that you're getting more of that inside. Obviously, I'm going to throw some heat up in there because that's who I am. And then what else did you say was tofu dashi broth, but I'm using my broth instead. The fish cakes. What am I missing?
Deep fried maki, hard boiled eggs,
the hard eggs.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something I'd want to keep in there. If I did keep, okay, scratch that. I'd marinate the hard-boiled eggs, but then I would still fry the tofu, but I would coat the tofu in a different type of coating. Because even though tofu is like fine itself, you don't have to coat it. I probably would anyway, because I just like something crunchy.
Okay. This woman is cooking, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
What?
We got what?
We got crunchy dumpling.
It is
crunchy dumpling soup.
I want to give you something like a chicken and dumpling.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's what this is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, that's good.
I'm here for it.
Jesus. All right. Here we go. Disastrous Life of Sake coffee jelly.
That's so funny. My friend had made this before. I never made it, but he had done it at the time. And at the time, I think that's when I was making that Tolango coffee or something. Whenever I was doing the whipped coffee.
Yeah.
2020, we were all whipping coffee. And then he was making... I would make it like a Jello shot. I would make it like a coffee Jello shot because that just seems fun. Or take a play off of the espresso martini that's going around. So I'd probably make it taste like an espresso martini, but it would be a Jello coffee shot.
We gotta get her. We gotta get her to
when
us.
you come to the East Coast anytime soon. Like
you are welcome.
You can chill for a little bit. Like we got space.
Yes, yeah. He said the way you're breaking it down, you know you're a gigabody. Yes, I am here for it. I am so here for this. All right, Demon Slayer.
So
Sakura Moki, which you've done.
That's the one that I just told you guys about.
You've done that one.
Well, wait, does it count? Because I already answered it.
Yes, you already did. So, Food Wars. Anything and everything from Food Wars.
Okay, I've done a lot of Food Wars recipe. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a couple of them. Like the one I told you I haven't edited is like the apple risotto. That one was really cute. I've done the gotcha pot roast. I've done the dissolving furikake rice. I was working on Erinna's pancakes. I made them. I didn't like them. They weren't fluffy enough, so I have to redo them.
What's up, Boom?
The last thing that I was working on that was Food Wars is I made African ramen because I had to.
African ramen.
Yes, on one, I think it's like the fourth plate. One of the guys makes African ramen, and I think that's when he either uses alligator as an ingredient or the opponent uses alligator as an ingredient. And so, like, it already had my attention because I was like, I love gator. It's delicious. And so for the African ramen is really interesting because the people from Food Wars do their research, and they definitely were taking a lot from the African roots, and a lot of the continent of Africa uses a lot of peanuts. And so inside of this African ramen, you're subbing out a couple of things for like peanut butter. And I did that. Obviously, like I added more heat to it because like I said, I do that to everything, but I sous vide some chicken that I marinated with peanut butter, and I used that to put on top of it. And it was fantastic. And I did the same thing with the pork. So I was like, do I want pork belly or do I want chicken? Because I think he used chicken. I don't know where the chicken came from. Maybe I just had extra. And
Chicken with the peanut butter.
I brined the chicken, and then after I brined it, I sous vide it with peanut butter. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was really good. Same thing with like making a peanut butter sauce to put on top of the pork belly, and then you're like mixing that with the rest of the ramen. And then I was just like, you know, what is it? Put it on and make him want to marry me. I was like that. I was just like, I was like somebody else. Like,
I'm here for it. I'm here for the vibe.
There's no tattoo right here. That's the space. I was like, hello.
Oh my God.
I'm feeding you.
You are amazing.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
I like.
You know it a little bit. You know a little bit now. At least a little girl stop.
I feel a lot more
I'm fine. This is a good. She's not even on my bad side, and I don't let anybody get on my bad side. But she's amazing. No lie. This has been an amazing conversation. Talking about, I love your work. I love what you do. Actually, I was kind of mad that you didn't win.
Robbery.
So many people.
I'm just like, yo, wait, hold on, what?
I don't think that I would.
So y'all Jennifer Hudson, is that what y'all did?
Okay. Come on now. And it's like
might be better for it.
I don't even know who won Jennifer Hudson season. I just know Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That part.
Yep.
That part.
He says, I'm in love.
That part was good for her because I don't think Jennifer Hudson should have won. You don't know what that contract is for after they win and what it turns into. And she got the freedom and then the love of the fans to do whatever it was that she wanted. And it probably just didn't happen the way
It paid off for her.
Yes, because you had people willing to back you. And it's not necessarily like the people with that company, but she had the fans. And that's pretty much what you need because it really helps when you get in a mind space where you don't feel like you're good enough. Because there are plenty of times where I'm having a bad day and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. This isn't going the way I want to. And I will have just one person. I don't know. God is so good. I will have one person send me a DM or something. They're like, hey, Mary, I just want you to know that I think you're great. And I love that you did this. And I learned from it. And I was like, that's all I need. I just need one person to like hear what I had to say. And I was like, okay, I'll keep doing it.
Well, we're giving you your flowers right now.
Absolutely.
You are an amazing chef. You're an amazing person, number one.
Right.
You show the love of your cooking, the love of cosplay, the love of the fandom, period. It shows. It bleeds through the camera. And yeah. And besides that Jennifer Hudson question, that was on Family Feud, and I just knew that was the answer. Like, yeah, Jennifer Hudson won, and they were like, wrong. And I'm like, no. Well, who the hell won? And I'm like,
really?
She was like 6th place or something. She didn't even make top 3.
Yes, I was she was upset, but she paid off for it better. She was better off for it. Yeah. Mary Lou, you are an amazing chef.
Thank you.
I can't wait to try your food, no matter where it is. When we get to we're going to link up somewhere.
Absolutely.
I already know it. You definitely got fans here. You definitely got fans here. Like we were fans before, but now we're really fans.
Right.
Like Lainey is sitting up there like, I'm going to text you. What is this recipe? Right,
we'll go with this.
Feel free. I have a lot of people that are just like, Mary, I have this. Can you tell me what to do? Yeah, okay, sure.
So now you mentioned before we get out of here, you mentioned that you have an event coming up. So
I do.
Let's talk about
okay,
that.
I have. That's so sweet. I do have this event myself and Chef Nelson German. We are doing a Little Mermaid theme pop-up. That one's really exciting. In June, I should be having a Sailor Moon Cafe. In July, this is going to be back in Texas. I am doing an Avatar: The Last Airbender pop-up, and then also in July in Houston, I'm going to be doing a Demon Slayer pop-up. So I'm kind of like traveling to different places and just cooking for my fandoms. Eventually, I'll find myself a home, and then in that home, we'll have our little themed dinners, maybe like either once a week or like a really fat one every month. But these things just make me happy, and I like them.
Find a home in New Jersey. Find a home in New Jersey.
I like the fat one.
New Jersey.
I like the.
I mean, I'm saying New York. Sorry.
Listen, I love New York. You know that, but
because you came from there. So, that's all right. You laugh.
Exactly. I will never shit on New York. I love New York, but I am in New Jersey now. So.
I'm in Ohio.
Jersey,
so
save your money.
I'm Ohio.
I come to Ohio too because my brother's over there. I come to Ohio.
I'm still trying. I've been in Cleveland 14 years, and they're like, man, you got to have a Polish boy, and I'm like, it's a hot dog with fries. I'm trying to figure out
what's special.
You gotta have.
You gotta have barbecue sauce. It's just like when they talk about Cane's chicken. They're like, oh, you gotta try it with the sauce. I'm sorry, if your chicken don't taste like nothing, the sauce should not be the front runner.
No,
that really should be. They be talking about that sauce though.
I think Cane's is so good. I'll get it extra crispy, but yeah, I need the sauce. I don't know what it is. Like it just goes together. I don't know.
Okay, so if you ever make it to Ohio, I'm gonna take you to a black-owned restaurant called the Crispy Chick. It's like Cane's, but the chicken is seasoned.
Oh, I love that.
The chicken has been blessed,
and
highly favored.
I went to them recently, and I'm like, you know what? I want something spicy. Let me get the spicy chicken sandwich. What I didn't know. I don't know what level of heat they had on there, but I was doing that. I wasn't expecting this. This is good. Like this heat on the breast is heat on the breast, is heat in the sauce, and then they put the same dust on the crinkle cut fries.
Oh, you can't escape it.
Oh yeah, there was no getting around. And I was just like, oh, I ain't mad. I wasn't expecting it, but I ain't mad at it. And then come to find out, oh yeah, we're doing this contest. I'm like, you sons of bitches, you could have told me, because I got it through the drive-through, and I was wondering why the girl gave me the look. You know, I was just like, why are you giving me the look? Let me check my cash card. Hold on, let me make sure. She was giving me the look because she was like, this man just ordered the hot chicken sandwich and just ate it.
Are you sure
not the are you sure you want to look?
Yeah,
not the are you sure?
I didn't know. I was just like, oh, I'll be back.
Like, sir, you just had our molten lava. Kind of feel like that was a sir. You just had our molten lava chicken, and it was delicious.
It was. Bring me another.
Right, you gave yourself a customer. I will be back.
This was. There's a waiver to sign. Wait for this.
There was a waiver for it.
I guess so.
That's crazy.
Dang.
It's not spicy that you can't eat. It was just you know when McDonald's say, "Oh, we have our spicy nuggets back," that's good. Or when Wendy's have their spicy nuggets, that's a different level.
Y'all put pepper on it.
Yeah,
y'all put pepper.
This is something else. Whatever Crispy Chick is doing, they get free promotion from me. By the way, they're like, whatever it is they doing over there, I'm with it. So, Mary, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hello, everybody. All right, you can find me on Instagram, Geeks and Grubs. You can find me on TikTok, Geeks and Grubs. You can find me on YouTube, Geeks and Grubs, or you can go on geeksandgrubs.com and it'll show you where I'm at, what I'm doing. There are some things I need to put on there, but I'll get to that eventually.
I know you're preaching to the choir. I already know what you're talking. I was like, I already know what that's feeling like. I'm gonna show that flyer again. If you go to her IG page or go to her website, they'll tell you about the Little Mermaid pop-up she has coming up this Tuesday, May 23rd, 6 p.m. You can get your tickets. Check her link in the bio on the IG page. You won't be disappointed.
You will not. You will not. I'm probably gonna cosplay. I think the chef that's doing it with me, he was like, I could do it. And I was like, yeah, chef. I just got this new wig. I haven't even put it on yet. I'll put it on first. And he don't even know how big of like a deal this is, because that wig is like, that big wig was expensive. Like, I got plans for her. And I was like, you know what, chef? I'll let you wear it. Because his head probably bigger than mine. So like, let's help you. Because once I fix it to my head, that's it. It only goes on my head.
Yeah, it's like it's done. It's done. It ain't leaving. It's done
Once
to the
it's tailored, that's it.
It's these like long white dreadlocks. I was like, I got you. You can be King Trident.
There
you go.
Mary, thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
For that. Oh, this was an amazing episode. We always put out great shows. This is what we do. But it's always fun when we have guests on and we can just joke, laugh, have fun, make them feel comfortable, and in this case, make us feel hungry.
So what I do best.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm like, I don't want this garbage. This is
I can't go to my favorite Chinese restaurant right now and just be looking insulted. Like, this is what you give me?
I got you a McDouble. A McDouble.
What am I?
Madam, who do you think I am? I can see it now. Like, he got brand new. I'm wearing a monocle now and everything.
Where is the elephant fish sandwich, sir?
The Monopoly man.
Like, sir, you usually order the fish fillet. Why are you being bougie right now?
I think right now she's the show's official chef. She's got to be the show's official chef. We haven't had one, but right now I don't think it's gonna be hard to top. She's been on TV already. She's worked with one of the top chefs.
Bring me in. I'll be on the commercials. I love these commercials. They're perfect.
That we do.
We do. There's more coming. There's more coming. Lady Mandalore, tell them where they can find you.
Well, hi. You can find me right here on Blurred's Eye View every Tuesday at 9 p.m. and every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. and every Thursday at 9 p.m. But other places that you might be able to find my lovely face is going to be on Instagram at this little doohickey right here. You can also find me on Fanbase. I am also on the TikToks as Child of Mandalore. Why Child of Mandalore? Because I have a podcast called Child of Mandalore where I talk about the complete history of the Mandalorian people and the planet itself. Tune into that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and your uncle's backyard dog shed. Yeah, that. Everywhere.
Wow, that's all they're going somewhere.
Everywhere.
It's going somewhere.
Yep. She's got it. She got it, people. She got it.
I got it.
She got it. Sorry. Geek by Heart. Tell them where they can find you.
What's good, everybody? This is Lane from Geek by Heart. You can find me, actually me and my husband, at Geek by Heart on YouTube, Geek by Heart on TikTok, Geek by Heart on Instagram. We do a lot of reviews, a lot of trailer reviews. I talk about horror. I will talk more about horror. I will write more about horror on blurredeyeview.org, .com, excuse me.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
It is .org. I was like,
.com is terrible.
You're right.
.com costs like $900. I'm like, y'all can have that for right now. I'll get that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that from y'all. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that's where you can find us at. That's where you can find me at, and I'll be there all the time.
Sweet. Hold on, let me get that. All right.
Sweet.
Black Spartan.
Yes, 'tis I. Without the helmet, because it's too hot to wear in this room of a house right now until I get 18.
You normally wear the helmet?
Oh, there's a helmet. I can't wait to wear it. There's a helmet, and I can't wait to wear it. But anyway, Black Box 447 is where you can find me on most socials. I usually do reviews of everything that I watch, that I read, that I play, gym stuff, because I need to get back into shape after becoming a newly dad. But hey, we get there. I do have a couple of podcasts of my own. My first one is my political news show called How the Fact We Got Here. That is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch every Wednesday and Saturday. Feel free to definitely check that out. I also have a video game podcast called Get Bit Podcast with my coach Joe Tonello every Friday. That is also available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Both those podcasts are on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. We are slowly transitioning to Opulence Radio and Always Record TV. So we will be joining a Room Full of Blurs and Blur's Eye View, and hopefully Geek by Heart, as we all are just jumping on this wonderful boat.
I'm going to say it just like this, Black Spartan.
Go for it.
Join the dark side.
Yes. Hey. Yes, join the dark side. We have cookies.
We have cookies.
We have cookies. That's all you need right there. Force powers and cookies. And not the crappy cookies. We're talking the really nice cookies that Greeks and Rebels will cook for us, that she'll make for us if we ask nicely. You know, those kind of cookies that just make you think about everything you ate was just pretty much just crap beforehand. But anyway, that being said, guys, I am one of the many heads of the Blur's Eye View writing community. I actually do the columns for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Candy for that one. At the same time, guys, we do need to be more along the lines of unifying, of sharing, of promoting, of celebrating when people get the bag or many accomplishments, because it takes zero energy to say thank you, but it takes 100% to be salty. At the same time, I'm a very social person. I just have one rule whenever you talk to me: don't be a dick. We'll all be cool.
They always wonder how I can follow that. Well, I'm gonna show you how.
Hey.
I ain't new to this, but
Captain.
I am the captain.
The king of the north.
I am the king of the north. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for checking us out. Thank you to Mary for joining us and talking about these great dishes
Thank you guys.
and making us extremely hungry. I shouldn't be hungry now, but I am now. I'm gonna clean out my refrigerator and all the cupboards, and I'm like, nope, this is not working. I need blackened seaweed. But if this is your first time here, thank you for watching. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Go to the Blur's Eye View YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. You can watch us, as Lady Mandalore stated, you can watch us every Tuesday live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. If you go to IG, right there, you'll go to the IG channel. You'll go to the link tree in the bio, and guess where else you can find us? Facebook, right there, Blur's Eye View Podcast. You can also listen to us on Opulence Radio, where Blur's Eye View leads the charge every Thursday for Blurred Out Thursday. You can also listen to us on Man Cave Monday. I want to say we're on there Friday. I got to find out. I can't remember. But shout out to Amron for over at Opulence Radio. You can also check us out on Twitch. Blur's Eye View 1. But like I said, we have a lot of fun. Shout out to our sponsors, Ultimate Wireless. Ultimate ULT_wireless_ENT, ultimatewireless.com. You get all your little techie needs over there. You can also find us here at Otaku Noir. We are a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Go to Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred blind box company. Content by blurs, for blurs, and for everyone, really. But you can't go wrong. You get great gifts, like your Frosted Fang cereal box. Look at that. Shameless plug. Check out the review on the Blur's Eye View YouTube page. But if you go to otakunoir.com, use the discount code Blur's Eye View for free shipping. You will not be disappointed with anything that they have on there. You want to get your Frosted Fang cereal box. Why supplies last? Complete with all the tricks and gadgets that all cereal boxes have, with the games and the scrambled words and crossword puzzle. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. So check us out there, and you can also check us out on Always Press Record TV through Roku or Amazon Fire. Just go to alwayspressrecord.com, find out, just follow the directions, all there, and they will send you to those places, and you can watch us on television. So you can watch us in your living room, in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your dining room, in your basement, and probably in your bathroom when you're shaving your head. And that's for the guys. I don't know if the women are going to shave their heads.
A lot of concentration. That's all.
That's a lot of concentration. And if you're in there for 2 hours watching us, trust me, your legs are going to go to sleep anyway. So thank you, Mary, once again for coming on. She was an amazing guest. Amazing guest. She's probably officially the ship's cook captain now. There you go. Thank you, Mary. welcome
here. Responsibility.
she could be like Sanji. She was like, she stay at the kitchen. No problem.
I just want to walk in, tell everybody to leave, and then when I'm done cooking, be like, all right,
y'all can eat now.
All right. I had that.
Y'all can eat now. But how does they taste though? It was like, well, it's no real cereal. It's just a cereal box.
Wait, there's no cereal in it?
No. We're working on something.
It's coming.
It comes with little trinkets though. So
I just want you to know, like, because I was already looking up how to order it, and I would have got it. I'm like, what the damn hell? Like, I wouldn't have posted it on Instagram. I would have called one of y'all directly and been like, can you tell me what happened?
Where's the cereal?
I hear a collaboration with you and them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I
do it. I would love it.
I see great things in that collaboration.
Hanif, I'll give you a call.
I love a collab, especially with our Black creators. I'm like, let's go all day.
Oh, yes.
Listen,
definitely,
that would be dope.
I am looking forward to that one. So if you are there, but like I said, this was a great show. It's always fun when we have people on who we can make feel comfortable. I like to think of the show as a cross between Arsenio Hall, the Saturday Night Live, and Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So you get a little bit of everything. None of that salaciousness stuff. Where we're not Zeus TV we're not doing none of that. We don't have trash TV. We don't afford that. We don't have the baddies of Blurred Eye View like that fighting.
Come on, baddies of Blurred Eye
View.
We got baddies, but they're not the ones that's going to be cutting up.
The aunties of Wakanda.
Yes, that we do have aunties of Wakanda.
We do. We have aunties of Wakanda. We do have aunties, and I think we're working on the uncles of Wakanda as well. So
let's go.
So we have that there. We're gonna give the people what they want. But tune in to us every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, same channels. Next Tuesday, y'all had long enough, and we're doing it. We're giving you the full volumes 1, 2, and 3 review of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh dang!
We're talking about it. Spoilers and all. There might be a tear shed or two. I don't know.
Sorry, you're not allowed in the comments, Tafari.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh man, thank you very for that great shout out. Thank you. But once again, man, thank you to the team. Thank you to Mary for coming through and just blessing us with all these recipes. And now I'm just gonna really go to the store. I'm gonna be brand new.
You're gonna be straight birds in the store. No, this will not do.
I need apples and pears and tomatoes, and I need it all. I need.
What I see you going there with your butler, James. This will not do.
This is not right. This is not right.
Where are the
he's gonna be like talking about another.
Yeah, right. You know what, James? I might have to let you go. I'll have to rehire Alfred. Like he didn't do this. Oh my God. So yeah, he's already camped out for the show. So yeah, thank you again, Mary, for coming through. You're always welcome here. You have our full support in everything that you do. Whatever you put up, I'm sharing. Don't worry, and the team will share it too.
I'm very appreciative, you guys.
We love what you have. We were fans before.
Mm-hmm.
We're really fans now. Like we're like you're not going to be able to get rid of us type fans. Like we'll help you clean the kitchen. You know,
you have to a little bit of your great food.
I mean, my cooking level ain't on your level, but I can Mr. Clean the kitchen now.
I'm like,
I can watch you
just cook together.
I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I can't just eat this woman's food and not help clean too. I'm like,
and I appreciate that too, more than you would think.
Like how shiny you want that kitchen floor? We can go mirror, we can go gloss.
She needs another coat. Wow. Give her another coat. She needs another coat. She got to see your face.
Wow.
So, but thank you once again for coming in and just blessing us with your presence and talking food with us. You know, food and nerd and blurred and just
anytime. Those are some of my favorite things.
Oh, we got to do it again. We got to do it again.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So like I do with every show, thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for checking us out, having a blast with us, as I do with every show. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury with Mary Lou, aka Geeks and Grubs, and this dope team of mine. We're out of here.
Bye.
Why is that always that one?
Okay, bye.
There we go.